Here we are again. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we'll be ranking Determination in Undertale and Deltarune. So, if we are to rank Determination, we must first understand what Determination is. Thankfully, I have Toby Fox's canonical definition of Determination right here. Hey, but Legend of Localization isn't canon! Can you read that for me, please? Can you tell me what words those are? Yeah, that's what I thought. Pipe down, little one. I'll link the book in the description so you can read it too. Anyways, I'll read it for those who are listening in. The meaning of the word determination as most commonly used in the game. The resolve to continue, the will to live, the refusal to give up or die. Determination also turns out to be Alphys' code word for an actual physical substance that she injects into monsters, one that humans produce naturally in large quantities. This substance has the following properties. Creatures with too much of it are unable to die, hence the term determination. The being with the most determination in the underground has the power to change fate and use the in-game save load system. So to recap, if you have too much determination, you can't die. If you have the most of it, you can save and load. Mainly a defensive ability that lets you endure. So now that we have those standards settled, let us begin. Don't get me wrong, Undyne is an awesome character. One of my top 3 favorites actually, and she ain't number 3. But when it comes to determination, she's pretty much at the lowest. But even despite that level of determination she has makes her a serious threat in battle. From her neutral route death to her Undyne form and no mercy route, making her one of the strongest and hardest boss fights in the game. Let me break it down for you. Undyne normally has 50 attack and 20 defense. Her Undyne form amps up her stats from 99 attack and 99 defense, as well as multiplying her HP about 15 times. I am very fluent in calculator. These guys. The fallen down monsters, revived due to human soul's determination. Alphys kept on injecting DT in hopes of bringing them back. Although her experiment worked, it had dire consequences. Yeah, you know the tale. The monsters melted together and became the Amalgamates. From what I can infer, the inability to die threshold differs between humans and monsters, since Frisk has more determination than the Amalgams, but can still die. Now, you may have noticed I haven't included one of them, and here's why. Now, the reason I separated Lemon Bread from the others? You see, this guy turns into a save point, which leads me to the conclusion that they were probably able to save and load at some point. And if that's true, that brings a much darker meaning to their line, "Welcome to my special hell." After Flowey came along, he's been resetting left and right, non-stop, meaning this guy has been experiencing endless loops for probably years. To go through your whole day just for it to restart at random? Sometimes it happens constantly. Imagine what Lemon Bread experiences when you're fighting Sans for the first time. Actual hell, poor guy, man. I can hear your screams, so please let me explain. So Frisk, by themselves, if you didn't know, never has a save file of their own. It's always under Chara's name. Frisk obviously has determination, it's just not enough to make their own save file. Now, I'm putting Kris in the same spot as Frisk because, in Kris's case, while they could save and load on their own, it's hard to tell if Frisk could if it wasn't for certain external forces at play. This is Kris post-editing. After replaying Deltarune, I figured Kris would actually rank a little bit above Frisk. There's also the fact that Kris can make their soul glow and banish darkness, as well as create dark fountains, which, according to Queen, requires determination to pull off. Whether it be the emotion or substance, I'm not sure, considering Susie was able to make a dark fountain. Yeah, I'm uncertain if that's what she meant, but if that's what she meant, that would mean Susie would probably rank below Undyne. I don't know, we'll find out in the later chapters for sure. Flowey. This guy's had the ability to save and load for a long time. After dying as Asriel and being revived as Flowey using the determination from the human souls, he began experimenting with the world. Killing, saving, winning, dying, you've heard the story a million times. He's done everything. I'm not going to waste your time here, so let's just move on to the next guy. These two. In Undertale, the player's determination grows stronger in the Pacifist run, but our grip on Frisk loosens as the route progresses. In Deltarune's weird route, it becomes increasingly more difficult for Kris to keep us under control. And judging by Chapter 4, it probably isn't just Kris we'll be controlling. In Chapter 2, we manipulate Noelle to freezing all those darkners, pressure her to killing one of her best friends. Shout out to Burley, by the way, he's the GOAT. And mind you, when Kris is downed, our orders persist. In Spamton Neo's battle, Kris calls for help, but no one arrives. We whisper out to Noelle, and instantly she saves us. In Chapter 4, we use the dialogue box to get past events and re-enter Kris. Normally, Kris would just run away and deal with us personally, but now, they can't do anything to stop us anymore. And it gets worse with this scene. Later on in that same chapter, if we think about Noelle, we see a red dot, and we move it the exact same way we move our soul in the birdcage. Combined with the dot growing larger in Chapter 4's ending, it's most likely safe to assume we'll have 2 vessels in Chapter 5. Now back to Undertale, specifically Chara. Thing is, even though Chara says it's our determination and our soul, the save file goes to Chara for some reason. Yeah, I don't know how this works either, dude. Alright, next guy. Omega Flowey. After absorbing the 6 human souls, this guy's determination surpasses ours and Chara's. Thanks to the souls, he's obtained 6 different save menus, and his power has allowed him to transform the game completely. And without the souls rebelling, Flowey only takes 1 damage per hit. But that's also the problem. The souls can retaliate. Once they do, all that determination goes down the drain. That's basically it for Omega Flowey. And now it's time. Pacifist root Frisk, or Pacifist. After watching Omega Flowey trap their friends and hearing their words of encouragement, Frisk replenishes their HP out of sheer determination, and in that moment, surpasses Photoshop Flowey in the process. With this amount of determination, Frisk now meets the threshold for the inability to die. Hoping allows Frisk to reduce their damage. Dreaming fills their inventory with the item Last Dream, a dream fueled by determination. Any attempt to kill Frisk will simply have them refuse death. Later on in the Asriel fight, they don't even refuse death anymore, they just don't die. Which means, if Pacifist were to take a hit from level 20 Chara, they would come out unscathed. And now for the character with the highest determination in both Undertale and Deltarune. That, of course, being Asriel Dreemurr, the absolute god of hyperdeath. At the beginning of the fight, Pacifist and Asriel are on a par with each other, which means, theoretically, if he were to be killed, he too could refuse to die. So let me break it down. Even if he got past his infinite defense, his determination will still carry him through the fight. After transforming and weakening Frisk, he takes back the save menu from Frisk, ultimately making him the most determined character in both games. So not only is he infinitely powerful and completely invulnerable, but he has the most determination too. So, yeah. Maybe you learned something new today? Maybe anything you want to add or criticize? Go ahead, that's what the comments are for. I'd say more, but I'm not sure how to end this, so I'll leave this on the screen to recap. If there's any changes to this list you'd like to suggest, go for it. For now, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.